Yo, yo, yo. Senor, leave me right back, y'all. Quick porta potty break. Be back. It is Shaq filthy. Your mic's not on. Just a heads up.
My bad, y'all. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Uh, yeah, I felt like Shaq when he got up the other day.
So, do I have 2 seconds? I got 2 seconds. Shit. I got 1 second.
Let me get myself situated over here. Shout out to everybody joining early. Appreciate you as always.
Bro, when you do change your password, the amount of notifications you get from your email and your text, it's like, hey, is this you? Is this you? Are you sure it's you? Prove it. Uh, my birthday. It's like, yeah.
Let's get a couple of things situated over here. There we go.
I don't know what that is. I'm trying to catch up on.
All right. We're going to give it a little time. Let some more people trickle on in, man. We understand it's Wednesday. It's a nice day. People probably moving around the city and all that. So it's all good. It's all good.
Sure.
I really hope this weather gets consistent. Yesterday, brother had a hoodie on in the house. Today, got the fan on. It's just not making sense anymore.
Day to day. Gotta play it by ear. Can't trust those pesky meteorologists.
Nah. I got two friends now that I count on. I think they low key meteorologists. They totally missed their calling, but I usually go to them for weather resources.
Is it ever too late to make that shift into meteorology? Is that the real word for it? The profession?
Man, I think at this point you gotta have multiple jobs.
That's what I'm thinking. I could do it on the weekends. You know, if you're hitting the box today, good weather. 50-50, of course.
That's a fact. So if you got something that you know you're good at and you are concerned or hesitant on making that career pivot, man, I'm here to tell you take a shot at it. Just make sure you analyze your risk. But do not be afraid to make your dream come true.
Facts.
Yeah, man. All right, we give it one more minute. Shout out to anybody that's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, X, IG slowly trickling in, man. We appreciate y'all on this Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. When you throw the resume out there into the world, kind of gotta be available for all random numbers that may just come through. Because you never know. This could be that opportunity.
Right.
When you give it to those websites, kind of goes out into the world, Black Web included. So it's like you get those automated, hey, you still looking? Like a text message, random number you ain't got saved, a little spam notification. You'd be like, yes. Let me see what happens. Just be playing the field. Yeah, we're having this long conversation with this. Could be a robot. Not sure yet. But you know how it goes. I'm like, where y'all based? She's like, oh, the UK, but branching out to DC. Interesting. Is BK on the menu? Yeah.
All right, so it's 8:16, man. We're gonna get things started, man. So first off, once again, shout out to everybody joining on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, IG, and TikTok. We appreciate you all. Listen, we are here every Wednesday. This is SF. Oh my God, FCP Live.
We'll be right back.
Oh, this is FCP Live, man. I am Senor Lee with my man Ken Kapnick, man.
Sir.
We are here every Wednesday live at 8 p.m. Got a nice show lined up for y'all. Some good topics, relevant topics, things that's going on in the world right now. We'll also get into some good entertainment news, things that crossed our radar. And of course, we got to talk about the NBA playoffs that's heating up, actually going on as we speak. Hoping my Celtics can pull it off without JT tonight.
You got your man. You got the glove on.
Yo, man, telling you. All right. First things first, my brother. How are you, man?
I am good. I am happier than I was last week. Didn't get any better news. Might have just got some more sleep. But on top of that, I'm doing all right. Had a little scare. When you're on the road, cops is usually around, and that's cool. But I don't know if your hometown out there in Brooklyn, the white and blue cars that we're all used to. The NYPD has been adding this green stripe to the side of their car. Still NYPD, but they got like a new color added to it. It's been fooling me for like the last 3 weeks. Easy. Every time I see the thing speeding, I'm like, what kind of crisis could be happening at a park right now? And they're like, oh shit, it's regular NYPD. Not Parks Department. It's not DEP. I'm like, those is cops. I got to really pull over. My bad. They was going to save a tree. I was like, nah, you can wait this light, brother. The tree either fell or not. But have you been seeing these new colored cop vehicles in your neighborhood?
No, sir. But you definitely made me look this up because that's very interesting.
I don't know why the green stripe was added. I got a feeling. Got something to do with Adams. Just can't prove it yet. But yeah, they did not need it in my opinion. Outside of that though, week was good, brother. How was your week?
My week was good. Before I jump into that, it looks like on here it says that it was a redesign due to the department's inspired by the department's flag, which represents the 5 boroughs of New York City. And the new design also includes a 360-degree camera system and a QR code to actually give public feedback. The flag also features stars representing the cities, towns, and villages incorporated into the city in 1898. So a little bit of historical value behind it, but also some extra surveillance as well. So it looks like.
Okay. Next time the cuffs ain't that thing. Yeah. All that white grass.
All right. But for me, man, similar to you, this week definitely feeling better. It could be the weather. It could be just having a good weekend. I took off Friday and just got a chance to relax with the family, have a good time. I was off, I believe, Monday as well. So we just got to relax and really chill. Yeah, man. So it was good. It was really good to just sit back and not do nothing and then come back strong. So yeah, man, no complaints here. No complaints at all. Another good Wednesday. Last Thursday I did keep my promise.
I was just about to follow up.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, man, I know you owe G Money some dates.
Yeah. So last week we did keep our promise. Last Thursday, and it's a shout out to our homegirl Michelle. We went over to Domino Park. Actually, never been over there before. It has a nice little park with grass and like a little, I guess what you would call, where the kids can go down the slide and all that other shit.
Playground?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you gotta touch some grass.
Yeah, it had a nice little
Yeah.
playground, so he had a ball running around in there. They had this nice little ice cream shop around there called Odds. It's got this old school feel to it when you walk in there. Uh, the guy working in there was a little quirky, but it was positive energy. You know what I mean? It didn't get too weird. But
Okay.
other than that, I heard the ice cream was good. I didn't have any of it. We ended up leaving from there to go over to Brooklyn Bridge Park. They had a little bit bigger playground, but the slides weren't as good, according to King Darius. So he
I
was
ain't
there
slipping.
for
I
a
ain't
little
sliding.
bit. Yeah, he was there for a little bit, and then he was ready to make moves. And then we ended up going over to Ignacio's Pizza. And listen, man, this is actually a really cool spot over in Dumbo. They have mixed sangria frozen drinks, so you can get,
Pizza shop?
yeah, in the pizza shop. They come to you with the little samples. I think they had like froze, sangria, margarita, pina colada, and you can mix the two and have like a real good drink. So we enjoyed that,
Hmm.
along with some pepperoni pizza, and it was
Have-
good time, man.
yeah, pizza and good drinks. Oh, he signed me up for that shit. That's what's up.
That's a fact. Yeah. Then of course Friday, man, Dave and Buster's, just me and my little man. It was amazing. We walked in there, and as soon as he walked in there, he was ready to go. He was like, "All right, I'm ready to play, Dad. I'm ready to play." I'm like, "Slow down. First, you need a card. We gotta go get you
Oh,
some.
first.
Gotta go get you a card so you can go play the game." So we go get the card, and he's off to the races, man. He's just like running around in circles. He doesn't know where to start. But finally, we start playing. We had a really good time. I haven't been to Dave and Buster's in such a long time, so it was cool to be back there with him,
Nice.
have a good time. They had the Connect Four basketball in there.
Okay.
And when I say, I'm out for revenge, I don't know how this kid beat me through best out of three, but
You let him win. You let him win. You let him win, right?
nah, I'm not even
Listen,
gonna take it away from him.
I was really shooting.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was flicking the wrist and all that, and it just, it just wasn't going down for me, man.
Damn.
But it was cool to see him like really like enjoying it and having a good time. But then we went over to air hockey, and I took that best out of three. So we definitely got to go back next month and get the series popping again.
Thought you
Um,
in basketball. Now,
yeah.
from a kid standpoint, was he rubbing us in Pop's face the whole way home? Like, it's
Nah,
like,
he's
all
a
right,
good sport. He's a good sport. My
okay,
my son, he's a good sport. I think with him, he enjoys the moment, but he understands. All right, it's on to the next thing. But if you bring it up again, he will remember exactly what happened and let you know.
okay. I would have been in the back seat looking at you through the review like, Kobe, trying to piss you off. That's what's up. That sounds like it was a good
Then
week though.
yeah, we went and got some food, and then he had it was so lucky that when the waiter was passing by, I guess somebody didn't want their icy, so he ended up getting a free icy out of that. So
Hey,
he had himself a good day with me. And then, Saturday, him and my wife went to Coney Island on a solo mission, a little nice little mom and Sunday. And
okay.
listen, y'all, my wife, she don't really mess with the Ferris wheel. But my son somehow convinced her to get on. It was the joint that I guess that goes side to side and then rocks back and forth. So he was pretty much being her comfort on the ride, but she braved it out. Shout out to you, babe. You did it. You survived.
Any riding, Coney Island you step on? Salute.
Mhm.
Salute.
Yeah, man.
Like the,
And then
like the
that was it, man. Sunday, Easter Sunday, man. Just calm, chill vibes, relaxing in the crib. You know what I mean? Watch playoff basketball, man. So yeah,
nice,
last week was dope, brother. Last week was dope.
nice. My last run at Coney Island, my first and last time on the cyclone.
Mm.
It was going up, and I could see the wood shaking on the on the on the track as we're going up. I'm like, that don't look regulation. I'm not an expert, but, that should be steel, no metal at a minimum. I don't think these wood coasters is gonna what. There's no just exposed to the elements. All right, man. That might have been my last like Ruha. getting on a ride at Coney Island. But yeah, man, big back analogy. Go to Coney Island just for Nathan's, man.
Ah.
I don't do nothing else now. But on my Easter, man, listen, when we were kids, circus was amazing. Clowns, you know what I mean? The trapezes, all these people, like, you know what I mean? Elephants, lions, and all that. Jan was like, yo, I got a plan for Sunday. What's good? Take the kids to the circus. I was like, oh, we had a clean 10, 15 minutes. I mean, get there. A little small. Like, it's cool. I'm like, I'm not sure they can be able to shoot an elephant through this door, but whatever. So, you know what I mean? We sit on down. I'm like, I wonder what animals are going to go first. Jan's like, oh, no. It's not one of those animals. I'm like no elephants, right? No big animals. It's like you know, lions, tigers and shit. She's like, nah, it's a foot circus. I'm like, so they got like cats and dogs and flips. Like, I better see a pet, like something. She's like, nah, just humans, man, all humans. I'm like, nah, we gonna stick a pet out. So, bro, the whole show, I one animal, no fur, nothing. I was sick. You know, but I'm just like, but all in all, the humans put on a good little show. The kids are happy, not happier than I was. And that's what we're here for. We're here for the kids. But yeah, man, the circus, no animals. It's weird. It's weird, bro. It's like I guess it's like a WNBA game, an NBA game with no ducks. You know what I mean? I don't know. Remember the last time you went to a circus?
Oof, man, we talking long time ago. Like, yeah, I don't know if I'd be prepared for that. Like, I get like the acrobats and stuff like that. I know that's got to be cool to an extent, but yeah, you got used to seeing the guy on the elephant going across the spot. Like, you could smell the animal.
Yeah,
when you walked into the
shit, all of that.
You know, it was different.
All of that. It was crazy, but I remember my last good circus experience. I was in high school. Me and Jen took Christina and Vicky to the circus out. I think it was in Brooklyn at the time. Big stadium. It was nice. Opening act. Dude's coming down the ramp with the bike, going up high, going over the net, landing on the ramp, picking landing and going. First dude nailed it. Second dude's up, coming down fast. What's up? Now, from the moment he left the ramp, I knew. I'm like, yo, this trajectory is different than the first guy. He's like, the angle's a little off. So as he's going, he's like floating to the left. The landing point, missed the whole ramp, hit the ground. Lights went out on him. You would have got the spotlight following him. So hit the ground. Light went right back to the next guy.
Yep.
You saw Mad Little Records down there pulling the man out. It's like everybody just holding their chest like, did he survive that? 2 minutes before the show's out. The guy from earlier, he's good, y'all. Broken collarbone, 2 ribs broken, but he's good. Everybody's like, yay. Oh, that's been a circus was a circus.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah, those are real life stuntmen. Like, that was their way of making a living. And the hope was that they made it. If they didn't make it, that was it. Wasn't no work comp, none of that. You gotta make it or you're done.
The unions back then.
Yeah, man. None of that shit. No negotiations. This is what you get. That's it. Oh Lord. All right. Circus, man. Wow. You know, I'm mad I never made it to the Universal one. I heard that was a really good one, man. Shout out to anybody who's ever been there. If you're in the chat, let us know if you've been there and how was it. I always saw the commercials, always heard about it, but never got a chance to actually make it there. But all right, good. So it's good to know the kids had a good week last week. And shout out to all y'all out there. If you took the kids out, found a way to entertain them. I know this week you are so happy that it's quiet. again because
Mhm.
last week was long. It was long for some of you. And who knows? Some of you probably didn't even notice they were there. So, all right. So, as we continue to roll along, man, I got a question.
Mhm.
We know our kids get older, and as much as we love them dearly and we hope that life never throws any adversity at them, there will be that time when they have to engage in their first fisticuffs. So, here we are. And I want everybody to put it in the chat if you got a child or someone that you look after. What was your reaction when you heard about your kid's first fight?
Like, thank God I kind of had like a fake real life experience maybe 2 weeks ago with my oldest. It wasn't a real fight, no real fisticuffs, but there was a lot of shoving. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? And hey, going from nothing to shoving is a lot. But my first was like, yo, you didn't shove her first, right? I don't want you out here causing issues. She's like, no, she's like, tap my shoulder. So I pushed. I was like, oh, double hand? Okay, that's how you push. All right, all right. You know what I mean? Right after the double push, security's there, working all that up. But I was unfortunately terrible parenting, more interested in the backstory, like why we get here. It's like, why are we why are we at this point? Like, why couldn't you diffuse the situation? You know what I'm saying? I always try to preach mediation first
mhm.
before fisticuffs. But skip that whole level. She's like, oh no, there's this boy. I'm like, as soon as she said that part, I'm like, I'm not interested. You better not be interested. Don't talk to him no more. Cut him
Yeah.
off. Move on. But I was more interested in the backstory. Um, how about you? How are you approaching first fight scene?
So when I first got the text, because I was like in the middle of a meeting when my wife was trying to call me, it was real quick. It's like, Darius was in a fight, everything's okay. You know what I mean? Just call me when you get a chance. So now I'm on this meeting and
Trying to keep
all
a straight
kinds of
face.
yeah, like all kinds of scenarios are running through my head, and I'm just like, did he win? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what would make him want to fight? Like, he's just the coolest kid in the world. Then I'm
He's
like,
always happy.
oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm hungry. Like, the mad thoughts are going through my head. Like, I'm just like, yo, I got
Mm,
to get off this call. I got to find out what happened. So, I called my wife, and my wife was like, what I mean? Yeah. So the teacher called me. It told me that, it all started over a soccer ball. And
mm,
apparently, the kid was playing with the soccer ball, and Darius came, and there's mixed stories from different teachers, right? Either the ball, like the kid didn't want to let Darius play with the ball, so he kicked the ball, and then the kid hit him in the face, and then that's when Darius went to work.
mm.
The other story was from Darius, where Darius was like, "Listen, like we were all playing with the ball. I kicked the ball, and then the kid touched me in my face, and I didn't like the way he touched me in my face, so I hit him." So now, initially you have that like, all right, so now that we cleared all of the firm bases of me being proud of you handling the moment, now I need the backstory because like at first I needed to know like what was his initial reaction to everything. And then from there, it's like, are you okay? All that stuff. All right, what happened? Like, give me the whole story. And when I came home and I talked to him, everything was consistent with what my wife said. But I, he's 12. You know what I mean? Like I remember getting in my first squabble when I was like 9, 10 years old. So you know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
for him to go this whole time growing up in Flatbush, Brooklyn,
Hell of a run.
yeah, you know what I
I
mean? Like
beat it.
it was a yeah. Like I honestly thought he was gonna make it to his teenage years without a scrap. But this one was interesting, but he handled his business. I mean, you never want your kids to fight. I mean, because that can always go the wrong way, right? And we
Mhm.
all know violence doesn't solve anything. But just knowing the fact that in the moment, he understood the assignment, but he understands that that's not what we're going to school for. That's not what we're out in this world for. But yeah, just interested to know how everybody reacts to their kids' first squabble.
But everybody was cool though. No suspensions, no blood.
As far as I know, there was no blood, but yeah, he's still in school.
All right, wasn't his blood anyway, right? Boy came home unscathed.
That's
So he's
it.
all right. All
Yeah.
right. Speaking of sons, man, these boys, listen, man, the young god be a full 4 next month, right? And after school, he comes home, does the strip thing, throws the shoes, takes the shirt, and in the morning, we put his tank top on under him, nice and firm, it's tight, tuck it in, all together. By the time he comes home, it's all loose and baggy. It's like, yo, what you did? Why did you take that? Like, not fit, whatever. Whatever reason, he got caught in a moment where he looked down and he saw like his nipple. He's like, yo. He's like looking down, like for the first time ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? And noticing himself. Like, he's just like, I'm like, yeah, Papa, it's your nipple. He goes, nipple? I'm like, yeah. He's like,
Oh no.
I was like, check this out, buddy. You got 2 of them. He's like, he looks at him side. He's like, whoa. He's like giving himself like purple. I'm like, all right, buddy. I'm gonna get you a shirt with some sleeves. Yeah. You're gonna be out here pinching yourself for the next 10 minutes. But these kids never cease to amaze me, man. I assumed he knew about them already. Like we've never had a conversation about nipples. I kind of took for granted. I was like,
Yeah.
we all know we got nipples, right? Not until that very moment. But when's the last real time discovery you had for yourself? Like something you didn't know about to just now.
Oof. Oh man, I think it would be getting old.
Mm.
You know what I mean? When getting out of bed started becoming a mission.
Uh,
That discovery was real. Another one I think, and I posted about this the other day, is when people be asking me what I did like the other day or what I just said the other day. Now there is so much going on that you'll be like, yo, you remember what you said that meeting? I'll be like, nigga, which one? Like,
give me a clue. Give me one clue.
Oh yeah. Like I've been a part of like 4 or 5 of them joints in the last 20 minutes. Which meeting we talking about?
I think my last moment of reflection was finally putting a correlation together of my usage of taking in milk and me using the bathroom. Took me some time to figure it out. I was like, I don't know what it is. I thought I one day just didn't have any cereal. Notice she didn't go to bed. I was like, I don't know what it is. Yeah, that was a fun revelation.
All right. So before we move over to awareness and acknowledgement, man, definitely want to send good luck to my little man. State tests, taking him tomorrow on Friday, man. You got this, my man. Don't worry about it. Mommy and daddy believe in you. Shout out to all the kids in the family that are taking the state test these next couple of days. And then shout out to everybody out there. If you got a young one out there about to get ready to take these tests, man, good luck to them. Make sure you hug them up, give them all the positive praise tonight so they can go ace this thing, you know?
Shout out to the parents, too. It's the optional now. You ain't even got to take them.
Very true.
Those parents that are pushing their kids, you know what I mean? We appreciate you as well.
Very true. All right, so over to awareness and acknowledgement, the first thing we are going to recognize is the passing of Pope Francis at the age of 88. And it just shows you how life is really short and how you have to take advantage of every moment. Just Sunday, he was in a wheelchair, but he came out so that everybody could see him for Easter. And I believe he passed away on Monday. I know he was hospitalized for a while with pneumonia, but definitely a staple from what I'm hearing with the way he did his pontiff duration. He definitely challenged a lot of things within the Catholic culture that other popes really didn't challenge. And, we hope that it makes the whole congregation better for it. but I do remember a long time ago when my mom took me to Central Park, where Pope John Paul II actually came out there to give mass. And I remember we went there the night before, bro. I kid you not. We had to go there the night before to spend the night to hold our place. And when I thought my mother was crazy for doing that, because it was us and probably like 10 other people. And I'm like, this is stupid. Like, we could have came first thing in the morning, we would have been fine. When I tell you, Kenny, I fell asleep. I woke up probably around like 6:37 in the morning. Place was packed. Like, there was people everywhere with their blankets, with their breakfast. And I was just like, oh shit.
It's
Like,
a thing. It's a thing.
like this guy's popular. Like, I didn't really know anything about the Pope at that time. I was fairly young, but everybody, he had the whole Central Park packed, man. So but yeah, definitely sending prayers out to the late Pope Francis.
Yes.
And then over the weekend, man, shout out to Smoke Fi, the whole family, man, celebrating 5 years in the merch game with 420 Fest out in Tallahassee. It just goes hand in hand. Their merch has been really aligned with, you know, the weed culture, but those guys have been grinding hard. They've got their merch on several celebrities out there. They're always at some sort of event, you know, making sure people know the name. So shout out to Beej, man, and the whole team out there. Always see you guys, always recognize you guys, man, and keep up the hard work, man. I'm telling you, trust me, whenever my hair ain't intact, man, I got y'all hats on. That's my go-to. For real, man. All the time.
Shouts to the fam.
If you don't got Smoke Five merch, man, check them out. They got hoodies, shirts, hats, shorts, everything you need, man. For real.
I gotta get a new shirt. Kids though, man. But I also want a quick acknowledgement, my man, my family. Thoughts and prayers this week. I ran into some news weeks ago. So on the up and up. Towards getting better, but definitely want to say celebrate your life, celebrate your loved ones, close to you. Thoughts and prayers for sure, but we'll get through this tough time as always.
No doubt, no doubt. Shout out to John Tell, man. For real. Prayers. All right, so we're gonna move over to politics as usual. And this one, I think you all are gonna be very interested. Hell, you probably even know if you do shop on Shein or Temu. A trade loophole that has enabled China to ship ultra cheap goods to the US is set to end next Friday, y'all. Meaning that them packages on y'all goods is gonna go up, and we're gonna get into it. All right. So
Those carts.
so it looks like there was a loophole known as de minimis, and forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But it looks like this was an exemption. It was a legal or regulatory threshold below which certain rules or obligations are waived or reduced because they are considered too insignificant to warrant enforcement. In the context of international trade, it applies to the duty-free import of goods valued below a certain threshold, often up to $800. So if you're familiar with Shein or Temu, they are infamous for selling pretty good products at a significantly low price. And with this loophole now removed, you may face up to $100 in extra fees just to get your package through customs in the US, man. So my wife is stressing. She's stressing.
All them items in the cart, man. Just hit purchase, man. Put them in route. I would hate for something to get. I would hate for something to be a COD at the door. So hey, need you to sign here and take card and check for the cash on delivery option. 100 flat. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Just hit a sign. It's like, man, you ain't got the 100. I got to ship this back. So please let me know. You want this now? Damn.
Yeah, man. Yep. So things are about to get real shaky. So to Kenny's point, man, if your pay week is this week, load them up. Load them up. And then I heard I got to do some more fact checking, but I heard that Mexico is making a move now to now actually have physical Sheen and Temu stores to attract. Yeah, man, I got to do a little bit more digging though. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to misspeak, but something crossed my radar the other day, and I was like, let me do a little bit more digging because that's a hell of a player move if it's legit. If it's legit, Mexico's putting themselves in a real power play because now when you go to Cancun, you may need to stop by the shopping mall and
pick up some things for the team, ship these back. Domestic.
Yeah. All right, moving through politics as usual, and this is shout out to Keith, man. Big prayers to Keith, man. Hold your head, man. I know you're going through something right now. Keith is a big fan and supporter of the show. We appreciate you on here, Keith. He shared this with me. It looks like Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves has declared May Confederate Heritage Month in Mississippi.
I feel so disrespected already. I'm going to talk.
So the source is Qasim Rashid, and this was posted on X, where he talks about a timeline of in 2022, Tate Reeves banned teaching about Black history in Mississippi. In 2023, 2024, and now in 2025, he declares Confederate Heritage Month. Qasim goes on to say, when you're banning Black history but honoring the Confederacy, it isn't education. You're protecting its white supremacy. So when I saw this, I mean, it's one thing to do an all-out assault on DEI and do reverse discrimination against it, but now to literally uplift and try to amplify very questionable history of the Confederate flag. Now it's just outright, what are we doing here?
I have to sneak that in before June. I don't like that neither, but like, who shows up? And if you do show up, what do you stand for? Then if the opposite show up, are you still willing to stand on that business that you showed up for? You know, because it could go left fast.
Wow, man. Wow, man. Shaky business. Our family's out there, right? We ain't got nobody left over there.
Mississippi?
Yeah.
I think we are cleaning out that state. They might have been the last. I got some Tennessees. It was close, but yeah, we got everybody out of Mississippi.
I bet.
We got just in time.
Anything before we get up out of here?
Politics as usual. No, we can move on.
All right, man. So we're gonna go over into more of a random reflection state, man. I was going through some reels on Instagram, and I saw one that said, "Spend so much time on self-improvement that you have no time to criticize others." And this one hit, you know what I mean? Because you really start to think about how much time do you dedicate to self-improvement versus how many times are you shooting the shit with somebody just talking about somebody else and criticizing all the moves that they make, man. So it made me sit down and really think to myself, how much time do I do both? I mean, I have what I consider self-improvement, where it's like exercise, reading, podcasts that have certain impactful influences on me as far as knowledge. But I ain't gonna lie, man, I do have some times where I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is this person doing? Like, what they're doing makes no sense. Yeah. And we will literally sit on the phone and talk about that for a minute.
Yeah.
And how about you?
I do try to protect my energy in that space. Even with the kids. If she's ugly. You know, if we just walking in the street, I'm like, yo, that's disgusting. Don't do that. They're like, but Dad, look, I'm like, yes, but that's not the point right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with your sentiment, but you got to keep those to yourself. Maybe like, gotta keep your energy pure, man. You don't want to project that. She's like, nah, but I'm just talking to you. I'm like, and that's One person too many. You don't want to deliver that hate, even when it was a loved one. You want to keep that outside hate inside. You know, just chuckle to yourself. Keep moving. Don't express that to others. You know what I mean? So I do try my utmost best to not criticize. Hey, I love a good joke. I get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? But I do try my best to protect that piece and keep that negative energy out. If I can.
Yeah. Yeah, I try, man. I don't know. Lately, I've been letting it rip, man. Lately, I've been letting it rip, and I know it's not good, but in my mind, it feels like it's warranted, and it gets me to that good mood that I need to be in to make it through the day. But it did make me start to think about, all right, so maybe for the next couple of days, I will start to kind of look at how much time I really do spend criticizing others rather than just working on my own self-improvement. Maybe I need to practice on how to not let what other people's actions and behaviors do impact me so much and turn that into energy that motivates me to go do something that improves myself. So that's my task going into May.
Too busy to hate. Too busy to hate.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
Stay positive. Self-improvement is always a plus.
Absolutely. Do you see anybody commenting on IG? Because it is unusually quiet on mine.
Let me see some quick testing out.
And I think it looks like our feed actually froze over there too. Okay, yeah, I saw you put testing. All right. But it looks like over there. Your feed might have frozen, at least on my end. Wait. All right, there it goes.
Back?
All right, it was just me. Tanya's at work. All right, Tanya. Hey, listen, we appreciate you.
We appreciate
you. Go ahead.
We appreciate you, Tanya.
All right. So before we move into the next post, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, IG, and TikTok, man. If you can share this with your friend group, let's expand the conversation. Let's get everybody in tune tonight. So listen, this next post that I have is from someone that I follow who is one of the, I think, the greatest thinkers of our generation, Simon Sinek. And he posted today, communication is not about saying what we think. Communication is about ensuring others hear what we mean. Now, this resonated deeply because a lot of times in conversations, and I'm a victim. No, not a victim. I am guilty of this too. We will say something to someone, and then when they then start to answer or give their interpretation of what we just said, the very likely line that comes next is, wait, that's not what I meant. So this now put me in another era of reflection. I was just like, God, you just sending all kinds of check yourself before you wreck yourself messages to me. I get it. I'm receiving it. I'm here for it. Let's do it. Right. So when you see this, Kenny, man, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
You had to make sure whatever was said is truly understood. You understand what I'm saying. But in doing that, I have a conflict with myself. Because when I do ask, you know what I'm saying? They go, nah. So I re-explain what I was saying in a slightly different way. But, once again, you know what I'm saying? Now, if I said something once, right? They ain't get it. I reiterate, break it down. Maybe I said it at an 8th grade level initially. I break it down to a 3rd grade level. Re-say it. You still don't get it? Now I'm looking at you different. Now I'm back on the other topic we were just talking about. Now I'm criticizing. I'm like, you might not have the mental capacity for this conversation, but I can't outright call you stupid because that'd be rude. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, hey, let's table this for another day. We'll pick it up. You know what I mean? So I truly do try to make sure I convey what I'm saying is heard, interpreted, received properly. But if they don't get it after 1 or 2 reiterations, we had to stand still, my boy. I got.
We had an
We can't
impasse.
continue to communicate. If you don't speak English right now, that's all I got.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'll take the first part of this quote. It's more of opinion based, but the second part is just all facts, man. Gotta understand what you're being told. It's gonna be a long fucking day. How about
Right.
you?
And I think this kind of goes into one of our lives earlier this year when we were like, to have efficient, effective communication, make sure you speak facts and say what you mean. And the hope is that when you go into a conversation with someone, you are prepared to say exactly what you want to say.
Mhm.
If there's hesitation, if you're not confident in what you're saying, then it's very easy for your entire statement to get lost. And that's where you see a lot of friction happen.
Mhm.
A lot of times, though, too, and I know this is hard for some people, you cannot be too long winded. I get that you want to get everything into your explanation. People want to ask the question, give the answer, give the history, give their next steps. And then by that time, you've forgotten what they've even asked you. And it's tough to say to get through to whatever it is that you mean if it takes that long. Now, where I've learned to try and check myself in this is what you said earlier, right? I'll think that what I'm saying is supposed to land with the person that I'm talking to. But everybody, you can't talk to everybody the same way. You can't communicate with everybody the same way because not everybody gets what you're saying, the way you say it. And then one of my biggest flaws that I always still try to work on is thinking that people think like me. Um, so that makes it hard. And now, as I move through life, I'm kind of just like, do I just need to be having conversations with certain people instead of everybody in the same about the same type of topics? Because I start to think of like being in the military, right? And I've never served, but there's a specific task, there's a specific goal, and understanding that you have to have discipline, you have to meet the task, this is it, or you can leave. Then there's other places that you can work where, oh, you're not going to talk to me like that. Like, you got to show me some respect. And it's like, I want to show you respect, but you're not getting what I'm asking you to do. And it's finding that fine line in between to say, all right, we're not in the military, but we sure as hell not in some area where you can just do whatever you want. And I need to get you to understand that you need to do this. And
Yes.
that's where I constantly
Expeditiously.
am looking at for counsel in the best ways to continue to get better at that, because we're dealing with a totally different workforce that's coming into play now, right? We have the people that have been in the place for a very long time who you've kind of figured out their rhythm, right? Unless some random life event happens with them, you know how to get through to them with communication. But now you're dealing with the new workforce that's coming in where a lot of them don't even have the skills for the job that they're getting. They just needed a job. So you got to kind of figure out how to navigate them. And then you got the younger generation where, you know, it's they have trouble communicating, period, or they don't know how to stop communicating in some cases. So you
Yeah.
got to navigate that. That's why this one stuck with me, because it's like every day, depending on how many people you lead and what area of industry you're leading them, you have to master this to the T, bro.
Facts. Well spoken. Yeah. Kids is hard, man. I can't say the kids, the youth, because they don't think like you yet, but they'll never catch up. You keep getting older and wiser. So it's a funny game, man. It's a funny game.
It's
Uh,
crazy, man. Tanya said, my aunt used to say, think twice and speak once. I agree. The power of pause is amazing.
mhm.
The problem is when you got to pause 4 or 5 times in the middle of a conversation because you're like, what did you just say? Like, did that
Defeating.
really
It's
just come out your
so
mouth?
defeating. So defeating.
Oh, man. D's in the building. Shout out to D. D said, no expectations, no disappointments. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm a half empty guy myself. It's You know what I mean? I try not to set myself up for the big hoorah, just in case the shit don't work out. That's a it's a tough climb when it don't work out. You know what I mean? So I definitely like to brace for the worst case scenario. Be super happy if it's opposite. But pessimistic. I hope I can shake that one day.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I don't disagree with that theory. My only thing is when you're responsible for people, is to me it's not about expectations. It's about a goal of the overall team,
Mhm.
of the overall initiative. So when that is the expectation, you can't afford to have no expectations, right? You got to get all these this group of people with different personalities at
Mhm.
different levels of their game to achieve the same. And as long as that's the goal, that's the expectation, then you got to figure that out. So shout out to all the people out there who have to figure that out for a living just to get by, because it ain't easy. It is not easy.
It's not. And I had the half empty on non-money related relationships. When it's work, I ain't got a glass. It's got to get done. Like, you know, like, there's no, hey, we'll check on you tomorrow. Nah, that's mad. 8 hours wasted. Can't have it. We got to get it done today. So we spoke about that a few hours ago, but.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. I mean, hey, listen, communication is a funny thing. It is a very funny thing. You ever been typing an email and you can feel the tension in your email, but it's got nothing but professional, nothing professional stuff in it. You're just like, ooh, this person know I'm cooking them. They know I'm
Cooking them. Mad symbols.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I think I edit my emails maybe 4 or 5 times depending on the person on the other end.
I noticed that maybe a month ago about myself. Take way too long on emails. I think I'd be wrong. If I get an email 8:02, I'm usually responding by like 8:15, 8:20. Those 15 minutes, I thought, oh God, I'm arguing with yourself like, nah, I can deliver this line better. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm in the studio. Like, try to drop this 16 on you via Outlook.
It's not ready yet.
I'm in the basement with Tigger with these emails. Like, yeah, so turn my mic out. You know what I mean? Like,
He said turn my mic up.
telling you.
Yeah, man. Cause we live in different times. We live in different times. We live in an interesting world where a couple of characters can really set the tone for someone to either feel really good about themselves or really
Mhm.
disrespected. And you got to be very careful with that. It's no joke. And I find myself now, like sometimes it's like sometimes you got to cook. Like there's no way around it. Like you've tried navigating it, you've tried AI edits. You like, hey, you chat GPT, you help me not make this person feel like they are less than. But there's just sometimes where it's just like you did this wrong.
My
This
email,
is
my
so
email motto: if you're gonna have some slice, start with something nice. At the very top of my email, like, good morning, such and such. Next line, next line. Hope all is well. Exclamation. Next line, next line. About that report you sent. Let me tell you what you fucked up. You know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely saw with that.
so use that positive reinforcement. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a great point, Susan. But this shit still don't make sense.
Well said. Too bad it was a stupid thing to say. Yo, what we doing, man? You know how many people CC'd on this?
Yo.
You gotta convey your thoughts better.
Oh man, D said I can be passive aggressive with the emails. Was iThugs come across on the regular?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, man, it's no joke. It is no joke. That's why I love the reels where they're talking about professionally being gangster, and I'm convinced that once people get to a certain title, they really feel like certain people can't respond to them in emails. Like I've seen this in real time. And hey, listen, you got some people out there, they don't care. They don't care. You come at them in an email, they are like, they lighten you up, man. Like, I don't care.
I'll be cooking at emails. Like, you ever cook the email late in the day?
Oh yeah.
So I'll schedule my message to go out 6:58 a.m.
Yep.
Right before your coffee, nigga. Yeah, step on this.
That's right.
I'll be cooking. I'll be big sleep by the time you read this.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That scheduled email, man. That shit hit hard. Ain't nothing like the first thing you do when you log in or you open your laptop, somebody cooking you in the email. It's like
you're like, yo, you banging on breakfast and on the .com? Yes.
Yeah.
Please see attachment.
Please see attachment.
That's a fact.
Oh man. All right. Anything else before we head over to TV show, music, get some entertainment shit?
No. Let's move on, man. First one out the gate, man. I got action. 2025. We done been through Blade 1, 2, and 3, I think. Wait, did he be? I think part 3 he was on this tax evasion shit. But hey, we watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, True Blood. We've been through it. Kind of vampired out. But Ryan Coogler, man, he stepped back in the vampire world, dropped Sinners. I've heard nothing but good things about it. Fighting myself going to the movies. That's been a while. It's been a while. Are we still going to the movies for the vampire theme?
Listen, I'm so pro-black and even more pro-black this year. I'm with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta go see it. And the good thing about it is the people that have recommended it are people that I trust their opinion. You know what I mean? So that's the good thing about it. But I do hear where you're coming from. It could be a great film, but my current feeling about vampire flicks is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm still
like you've seen it all.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Man, I still feel like Edward, you know, screwed over Jacob, but whatever. You know, I think that girl, she's all screwed up now anyway. But anyway, we're not going to get into all that stuff, right? You know,
all the way.
Like it was years ago.
She was OnlyFans, but whatever.
And listen, I ain't never seen somebody get paler. But anyway, I'm down for it. I know Ryan Coogler has been doing a great press tour. I've heard nothing but great things so far. So I'm gonna definitely give it a chance for sure.
Okay.
And yeah, man. Yo, listen, the movies is still cool, bro. It's still cool. You know what I mean?
I'm a big movie fan. It's like he got the family. All right, boom, $100 on tickets, easy, no popcorn yet.
Ain't fucking lying, man.
Straight entry, $100 cash. But then like Disney be like, yo, we'll have it in 6 weeks. Be like, 6 weeks? I can do that in my head. We're just waiting it out. Watch it in the living room as a family.
Hey man,
but
game is different. You're right.
Different, man. It felt like movies took like a year before you see it on TV, so you had to go see it at the movies. Shit, month and a half. I got through that. Couple checks.
So
I'll wait.
So, pet peeve, right? And I know now you have different movie theaters where you get your own space, you know, you got the recliners and all that. But let's take it back to when we were all stuffed together in a movie theater and had no choice. Who's winning the battle on the armrest?
Me? Next question. Next question. Unless I'm sitting next to Shaquille O'Neal himself. This is mine, baby.
See, I have a personal problem with people touching me that I don't know. And I can't get into that elbow wrestling match or your arm or my arm I can't do it. So I usually concede, man. I can't do it. I'm not here to fight. I'm here to see a movie, but I don't want you touching me.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's no joke. All right, interesting, man.
And speaking of that, I'm bougie now. I don't even go to movies. I ain't got a reserve seat. My shit ain't waiting on me. Like, I ain't going. You able to show up with the peasants, find an open spot. Look out of here, bro. I parked at the same time the movie started. I'm in no rush. I don't mind missing the first commercial. I'll be there in a sec. Oh,
D says same thing on the bus or on the airplane. I'll struggle the whole way to avoid touching someone. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. It's too much going on, man. And then it puzzles me when people be there really like trying to struggle with you, and it's like, do you notice that this is like the stupidest thing in the world? Like come on, man. Like it's crazy. Now, listen, if I already concede the damn armrest, and now you want to filter over like with your sweater or your bag.
Now I'm spilling soda all over your sweater. Oops! Oh, didn't see it. Clumsy me.
I picked up people's sweater and going like this. Like I've been like, come on, man. Like you came here to watch a movie, not throw your shit around, not be in my space. I don't know you. You don't know me. We're here to see a movie. Like people, if you're in a public space with other people and you're trying to share the space, no reason to be all over them, man. I get there's cultural differences, but in a movie theater, there's no reason to be all over somebody. It doesn't make sense.
Don't do that to me, please. Don't do that to me.
Yeah. All right. So that was my little personal vent about movie theaters. So that's why I'm with you on not going on top of the raping you records at the concession stand. I agree with you, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure everybody eat before we go. Say good? You thirsty? You gotta pee? What's up? Hey, bring the Doritos with us. Eat those on the way.
Yo, man, listen, I remember. Oh man, I remember one time when remember what we used to do with Kenmore? We used to go get the chicken wings.
With the wings, yeah.
Eat them shits on the way.
Or the last going out for across the street, like, all right. Check that up in here.
Yeah, let's go watch Bad Boys for the 5th time.
Good times. All
right, man. Shout out to y'all putting the snacks in the book bag, man, in the baby bag. I hear you, man. Don't be ashamed.
I seen a lady pull out a 6-piece once. I said, I gotta set my game up.
I've seen families pull out whole Tupperware in the back. Like, who wanted the nuggets?
I'm like, I'll be in the back like, I'll take 2. He said barbecue, please.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So moving things along, man. Big fan of this show, 911. Sad news this past week, man, for all my 911 fans, man. Wait a minute, are you all caught up?
Caught up? I don't even know what season they on. I'll just be catching it whenever they're on, but all the shows be interesting. What season they on?
Oh shit, I think it's 9.
Yeah, that's mad episodes. I just be fluctuating all around between this and SWAT. It's always on.
Let me double check that, but I think it is 9 season.
I love Angela Bassett, her husband. You making it happen?
Yeah, 8. They're on season 8. They're on season 8, man.
I'm down.
So listen, man. I hate to do this. To you, man. I know you still catching up. We lost Bobby Nash this week, man.
Bobby Nash. The lead? Oh,
we lost.
Hold up. I got some searching to do. Make sure
not real life. Nash. On the show.
Did he pass away in real life or something?
No. On the show. We lost Bobby Nash.
So he's alive in real life, and they hold up.
We lost Bobby Nash, and it was brutal, bro. It was brutal the way it happened. They were without. Like, all right, spoiler alert. Man, if you haven't watched, if you haven't watched the latest episode of 911, this is a spoiler alert, man. So this latest episode, they went into a lab because a disgruntled employee started a fire, and in the fire, it unleashed this infectious disease. And the bad thing about this infectious disease is one of the scientists that was messing around with it enhanced it to the point where it usually takes symptoms a couple of weeks to develop. It took a matter of hours. And in the midst of them trying to treat one of the other members that did have it, it turned out Bobby had it too, but he kept it to himself the entire episode to help treat the other firefighter. So now when they're all rushing out thinking everything's good, you know what I mean? Like his wifey is like, she's running out, everybody's running out. He closes the door. And the minute he closes the door, I was like, no. And then you saw it in his face, man. Like he started bleeding at the nose. I was like, nah, Bobby, man. So Athena had to stand there and watch Bobby die, bro. It was terrible. Terrible.
Oh
man.
no. How many episodes was that, like the finale? That season?
Nah, there's still one more episode coming out next week.
There's
man.
more?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I gotta do a funeral. But
Yeah.
because I guess it's the last season. Is it?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about series finale. So, I mean, series finale. That one was crazy though, man. I didn't see that coming. I really didn't see that coming.
Was it contract issues off the scene? Like,
who knows, bro? Who knows, man? 8 seasons.
All these
long time.
You got all these B, C, and extras. Could have killed anybody.
Listen, I thought they was going off Chimney several times. Like Chimney done been through all of it, man. But yeah, man, they went for Bobby. That one hurt, man. And it was interesting because then I went on social media, and that's when you see a lot of people who watch the same shows that you watch, and you just saw RFP Bobby Nash all the way down. I was like, yo, I was there with my community. Like, the shit ain't right. Shit ain't right.
Like by any chance, is there some way?
Nah.
50 Cent powered his way up out of there.
Nah, this ain't Marvel. Ain't no Thanos snaps. Ain't no Infinity Stones. None of that. Bobby's gone, man. Bobby's gone.
Yep. He was the captain. I don't know what happened. He was the lead's lead.
Yeah, man.
What?
Tough business. Tough.
I felt like it was kind of his show. Like it was kind of centered around, his firehouse, his family.
Nasty work. Man. Nasty. But yeah, man, RIP Bobby Nash. To all my 911 fans, I know you're out there grieving. I'm grieving with you. But we're gonna hold it down, man. We gotta hold it down for Athena and the rest of the gang. See how the rest of the season goes. But yeah, man, that was tough to watch, bro. There's not too many shows that have my allergies acting up.
I sweating and shit.
Yeah, man. You know how it goes. that pollen be in the air. Shit get foggy.
It's gonna happen.
All right. So moving on, man. We got Daredevil Born Again.
Is the season done?
No, is it? I think it is done.
I was waiting. I love Daredevil the show. I just can't. I hate that 7-day shit. Don't slow walk me, man.
I'll check for you right now, but I think the season is complete because we haven't seen any new episodes this week. But it's definitely worth the watch. It takes both characters down a different path towards the same mission, and it's worth the watch, bro.
I love the show. I'm just waiting for it to get closer to the last episode or two, so I can get my binge on. That see you in 7 days at these cliffhanger endings, bro. You're having me sick. So,
man. Did you and wifey get a chance to watch The Pit?
We are episode 8 or 9. Decent though. We just can't get 2 days in a row, man. It's spotty. But I like the show. I like the show a lot. It's just a long ass shift. Long ass shift. But there was one other show I started watching called Hollywood Demons. It was HBO Max or Cinemax or just Max. But it goes through the life of a few Hollywood actors and kind of like either the backstory of the actor or the post life of the actor after the show ended. The very first episode started with Stephen Collins. That was the picture perfect father slash priest, seventh heaven. Like, he was like perfect for the role. You know what I'm saying? The show dealt with real life issues with teenagers, kids, families. They handled it in a professional way, how you should do it in personal life. Turns out he's a whole creep. When the show stopped, like, decent exposure to adolescence and shit, like, he was doing shit that, and it's funny, like, in real life, years ago, you heard rumors about it after the show kind of ended. He was like, nah, he was like the perfect like priest. Granted, it was Hollywood, but he's like, nah, not him. But yeah, man, whole dirtbag. But and so Raven, child actor, he had a rough post show life, but it's a very interesting, sad, but revealing show. And they take on new actors and shit every week. But that show's been pretty interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, I could imagine, man. Fame ain't all it's cracked up to be, and when you gotta grow up in that,
Man, listen,
ooh, baby.
let somebody make it out.
Anything before we flip over to FCP Sports Corner?
Man, let's hit it, man. We got these Jane Does, man. Listen, man.
Uncle Shannon, man.
Shay, man. Listen, y'all. We already know Uncle Shay got some freaking. We heard the order before. This one though, Shorty, I think she was lying to my man. She was trying to get Shaky Daddy route on Uncle Shay. She's like, he in his 50s. I just need bread. But yo, Uncle Shay be in the gym. He be breaking bitches. So when Uncle Shay was showing up, he was breaking shit. And she looked like she'd been recording some audio, got some tapes, and now she's trying to. It sounds like what he thought was consensual. She was thinking not. They ran up your man crib, trying to him for 50 million. That's when he said, "Whoa! Let me put these crazy messages out myself. Get out of this."
I saw some of it. That was wild.
Yeah, he's saying some wild shit. But hey, he thought we had a little, consensual. I pay you, you smash me kind of relationship. But he even tried to settle before it went public for a quick 10 milli. And I believe they said nah. So here we are. But here's my big thing. Uncle Shay works for Disney. We let the first little voice scandal, no real visual slap. If this tape comes out and he's doing any piece of that Uncle Marvin baby boy shit on camera, like African thrust type shit, I don't know how he keeps a job. First take, first anything. It's gonna be him and Ocho solo. Just him and that Don Portier. I mean, like, what was your thoughts when the new scandal hit the waves?
I was like, again, Uncle Shay, man. The man, like you say, he's a freak. He's got a vice.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a better way. There's gotta be a better way. One of my homeboys shared the time he had Monique on there. And she was telling him, like, you need to stop messing with these young girls. Like, she was trying to warn him. And sometimes, man, you gotta heed that warning. Like, you got so much to lose, bro. Like, I get it, man. Like, ain't nothing like having a good time and getting you, getting your swerve on. But you gotta be smart, man. And I don't know, man. Shay got a thing for them. Shay got a thing for them young ones, and and it's not even just the young ones. Some people just got bad intentions, and that's the piece of this. Like, you got, but it's almost like what he's built his fame on with his podcast is kind of coming back. Like that karma of that spice and that toxicity. You know, you create the kind of energy in this world that surrounds you. And when you make millions and you build your fame off that, I don't wish that on anybody, but it does have a way of coming back for you and swallowing you whole. Pause. But there's got to be a better way, man. Like there's so many women out there that I know it's hard, man, but get you one. And if you got to get a stable, make it a solidified stable where they ain't all lining you up.
You with me or did?
Yeah.
Man, keep on the house and let him out.
Yeah. It's sad, but I agree with you. I don't think he makes it out of this unscathed. But he does have enough of a presence where I wouldn't put it past him if we just don't see him for a while and then he comes back.
Yeah.
I don't know. But to your point, it all depends on what comes out. If it comes out and it's like damning, then yeah. I mean, if Paul Pierce, not comparing him and Paul Pierce, they are nowhere in the same scope of when things happen for Paul versus
Paul did less.
Shay. Yeah, but Paul did less. And at this point, the execs are just gonna look at him and be like, dude, we're trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but we have an idea this isn't the last one. So we may have to really take action. Yeah. It's wild, man. Like I don't get it. I don't
Uncle
get
Shay
it.
got
I guess Uncle I'm not
got
get it.
An escort fetish. He's probably assuming, hey, I'm paying for services. Period. You got real like non-figure deals on the line. I'm gonna come up. You gotta refrain, bro. You gotta control yourself. There's a text. She was charging $25K a cheek. A cheek. Tell you what, I would have told that one cheek up now. But yeah, man, I don't know. Hey, wishing the best. A speedy recovery from whatever this may be. Hopefully, it is something that is kind of dusted under the rug, and it's all like media trying to catch one. But it gets out of here, man. It's nasty though.
Yeah, we're gonna find out, man. Yeah, like when you feeding people, when you're responsible for people, like making money, you just gotta be smart with your decisions. And damn, Unc. Like it's like, come on.
You know what it is? It's like again. That's the thing. Like, you know what I mean? It's like we almost got you the first time, and that was your mistake. I don't know how this film goes live. We let that slide. We moved on from that one. But this one right here, whatever it may be, you gotta be able to read those dark alley rooms. That's where he is, man. Making back there.
I mean, I have no idea how escort services work.
Well, let me tell you.
I get that you are paying for a service, but once them doors close and once it's just you and that person, man, any kind of story can come out of that interaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's
what about having NDAs? You grown, bro. You should be showing up paperwork.
I think we've seen over the last couple of years they don't really mean much anymore.
What? I thought this was ironclad.
People are overriding them joints, man. How many times have we seen? Didn't Cassie have one?
I think she had a 10-year joint. That's what took so long.
You know what I mean? Like
there's
loopholes. There's loopholes people are uncovering, or people are just like, you know what? We got an NDA, but we feel like we can go get more. So let's all come together and make it a bigger case. Like we've seen over the last couple of years, people don't give a damn about NDAs no more. So if you're not just making better decisions, you leave yourself open for some nonsense. It's crazy.
He definitely got to stop texting. That's not the way to communicate at all. He's texting some filth. He read that twice. Hit send. Yeah, I'm killing it. Nah, man. There's just some things you can't be doing.
He need to take Auntie Monique advice, get himself a woman that's about something, settle
Wholesome.
up, and just make some money. And you never know. She may be the one to regulate your vices in a way where she ain't letting no nonsense come through. Or she may be so good that you ain't even looking for nothing, man. I hate to see people just fucking up like this, man. I hate to see it.
Sidebar.
All right.
When celebrities have these BDSM fetishes, right? If it happens to get recorded, and it happens to get leaked, is all their corporate shit tied up in it? Like a sole proprietorship all of a sudden? All my assets can die. That's how this works.
I think it becomes guilt by association, man. Like if you do some really, really off kilter stuff that
We're role playing.
if you do some off kilter stuff that rubs people the wrong way, and they are the sponsors, they are the facilitators, they are the ones who control your corporate situation. It's the price of doing business, bro. They got to cut ties with you. It's because it's just not a good look. Now, every time you are presenting that product, every time people see you, it's an offensive thing, man. Like they reminded of all the nasty stuff that you're associated with. It's not good for the product.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Some prayers.
Yes. All right, man. We're gonna head over to the NBA playoffs, man. Listen, Celtics and Magic. I'm gonna start there since they are playing right now. Celtics somehow was able to steal the first game, even though the Magic gave them a push, and it looks like right now they are up 13 in the fourth quarter, looking good, like they're about to take down the Magic. So shout out to them. Knicks and Pistons series is tied, man. Pistons, them young boys, giving y'all Knicks fans a run for it.
Barely won the first game.
Yeah.
But yeah, and even at the end of game 2, big shots at the end we make, it's a whole new ball game. But we just can't hit them when we need them. See that energy in Detroit though. When we go out there.
Yeah, man. Cade Cunningham is no joke. Shout out to him, man.
Word.
Pacers and Bucks. This just looks like it's a mismatch. The Pacers they look like they're out there playing practice. And I feel bad. Like this Bucks team was literally just champions a couple of years ago, and now it's trash, man. Lynn said Kevin Gates at the Lakers game was hilarious.
Staying on business, right?
If there's ever a guy that looks like he has life figured out, it's Kevin Gates.
Yeah.
It's like this brother is probably the most unbothered person I see on social media. Yeah. And to say what he said, I was just like, wow. Like that's bold, but hey, man, it is what it is. And then to sit courtside, with his woman on his arm. Oh man.
Brittany reformed. I mean, he got to reform Brittany one. Yeah, he was out there. Taco meat out, chains all over the place. He was chilling during the game like the rest of us.
Yes, sir.
About that life.
Yes, sir. And the Lakers tied that up. That series is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Who knows who's going to win that series? Minnesota has dropped off tremendously since last year's performance, so it's up in the air with them as far as how they're going to perform this year. Yeah. Rockets and Warriors, that's going to be interesting. Golden State was able to steal game 1 in Houston. Kind of expected this, man. You got experience versus youth and athleticism, and whenever you got Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler on the same team,
scary in the playoffs.
Very, very scary. Both those guys are well seasoned. So,
but last 2 or 3 Rockets games, I know James Harden's a Clipper. I know this. I'd still be looking for him on the Rockets. I'm like, why didn't I pass on the ball to Jim? Oh, he's not even here now. That's right. Yeah. Like, who's on this team? Who's doing it?
Yeah, man. Nuggets and Clippers. That I hope that goes to Game 7. To your point, that's where James is, and it's going to be interesting because the Nuggets, that firing of their head coach, I think, shocked everybody. So right now they're just trying to keep the ship running. And with the Clippers, I mean, Kawhi is in rare form, but at the same time, the Nuggets, I think, have a deeper team. So I think that's going to go to a game 7. And then Thunder and Grizzlies is looking just like Pacers and Bucks. Not quite sure where Ja Morant's head is at. And that's another team that lost their coach midseason. So, and then their new coach, half the time he looks like he's on the sidelines, just confused. Please forgive me if I don't know if he has something going on, but I've never seen a coach just look like he's so not in tune with what's happening on the floor. So I think the Thunder pull a sweep off with that one.
Yeah. They might get one. Yeah, I don't think one.
I don't see it, man. Thunder's defense is too good, and they score lights out. They would have to have a terrible offensive game for the Grizzlies.
It's scary. Ja not even playing. He just first half warm-ups. I see y'all next game. He ain't playing all of that.
Yeah. Then you got Cavaliers Heat. Right now, 11-point lead. Still about 8 minutes left in the fourth, so that can potentially go either way. But I think Cavs wrap that up probably in 5.
Yeah.
Who knows, maybe 6. Yeah, so that's where we at. And the Celtics closed out their win, so they up 2-0. Playoffs look good, man. Overall, first round, I got Cavs past Heat, Pacers past Bucks. I'm gonna go with the upset, man. I know y'all Knicks fans gonna hate me.
Nah, this is gonna talk.
I think how the Pistons pull it out, man. Nah, I'm lying. If I give the Pistons 1 or 2 more years, and they are gonna be a real threat, but I think the Knicks experience is gonna get them by in this one. But I think it may at least go to like a game 6. If it goes to 7, I'm very nervous for the Knicks. Very nervous.
At the Garden? Game 7?
Because so I think they'll win the game 7. Don't get me wrong. Okay. But then you got to go play the Celtics. You don't need to struggle with a young Pistons team for 7 games and then go and play a Celtics. Because if things go the way they need to for Celtics,
healthy Tatum by then.
Right. You're going against a fresh Celtics team. You probably get game 1 by luck. But then the Celtics get the gentleman's sweep. So Knicks need to wrap that up in at least 5, maybe 6, 7 is dangerous. And then, of course, I got Celtics getting past the Magic. I think Thunder get past the Grizzlies. Clippers and Nuggets is a toss-up, man. It's a toss-up.
I would give it to the Clippers because the Nuggets, not the Nuggets. That's because the Nuggets, they've been to the mountaintop way too many times in the last few years. So I hope the Nuggets. But I think the Clippers goodbye. I hope the Clippers goodbye.
Gotcha. All right. What you think of the Lakers Timberwolves?
I do like the new young Jordan, but I think he fits 1 more year. We'll get it done next year. I think Luka and LeBron turn it on just in time. Get out of hand 6.
Okay. Yeah. All right, I like it. And Rockets Warriors, where you at?
Warriors. They still got Steph Curry. You gotta defend him. And then when you double him, playoff Jimmy's open. So good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I know they're about to play now, so we'll see. Rockets got to get 1 at home. If they lose both games at home, their confidence is shot going. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. There's no way they're coming back. All right, man. Yo, listen, NBA playoffs are looking good. Honestly, if I had to predict this one all the way to the conference finals, I got Celtics and Cavs in the East.
Yeah.
And in the West, yeah, man. I don't see the Pacers, Bucks, Knicks, or Pistons beating the Celtics. I hate to look past the Magic, but I think the Celtics got that in the bag. The Magic are like the Pistons and the Rockets. They're going to need some more years to get better. Only team I see really challenging the Celtics right now is the Cavs. The Knicks are suspect, man. When it comes to playing Boston, they just the talent on the Celtics side is just better.
Even throughout the regular season, we all knew the Knicks would get here. First round, cool. But now we start to play the teams that we're getting beat on.
Yeah.
What you want to do? There's no new game plan. So
Yes, I got Cavs Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. West Conference Finals, I got Thunder, and I feel like the Lakers can get there. I think that Lakers Warriors series is going to be very interesting because with Luca, that does change the game, and then the Lakers are a lot more. They have a lot more size and athleticism and experience on their side. So the
Okay.
Warriors, I think, can sneak by the Rockets, but it's going to be tough to do that with the Lakers, man. And if Braun can get that close to another championship, I think we're going to see another level of LeBron, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they'll turn it on. They'll turn on 28. They'll turn on Miami year 2. LeBron in any moment. Did he lose weight again? And got stronger? How's he doing it?
Yeah. But there's no reason that the Thunder and the Celtics should not be in the NBA Finals unless one of them really fuck up and don't show up. And I want to see that finals. Of course, I'm a Celtics fan. I want to see them win, but I want to see Shea go and get it against the defending champs, and let's see who comes out on top.
All right. East. Celtics, Pacers. They line up. West. Yeah, against Thunder. Let's see who wins out of those. Let's see.
All right, just some award recognitions before we get up out of here, man. Kenny Atkinson, coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers, was named coach of the year. Was rightfully so, right? The Cavs were the best team in the league this year, and
he kept the job super hard.
Yeah, man, and I'm happy for him. He bounced back from that Nets fiasco that he had a couple of years ago. I know his name was probably tarnished a little bit, but way to come back. And you probably don't know this unless you watch the documentary on Netflix, but he was one of the coaching staff on the team where France went to the Olympic final against the US. So Kenny Atkinson does have his name out there, and shout out to him. And then my man Peyton Pritchett from the Celtics, 6th Man of the Year award. This guy could be starting anywhere in the NBA, but he chose to stay with Boston, and we love him for that, man. This kid is no joke. Shout out to him winning the 6th Man of the Year award. And then MVP finalists in the NBA, we got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, we got Nikola Jokic, and we got Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis is in there?
Giannis is always going to be in there. We're lucky he can't shoot 3-pointers and he can't shoot free throws. It's like Shaq all over again. Literally.
Yeah.
It's like Shaq all over again. So, but this year I think SGA needs it. He's been consistent and gotten better every single year, and OKC has always been at the top of everything. So I think Shai gets it this year. I think we're tired of seeing Jokic. Giannis, as good as he is, man, it's undeniable that this is SGA's year, but we'll see, man.
We shall see.
All right. Anything else before we get up out of here, my brother?
Easter was fun. Haven't been to church. Easter's over. Outside of that, nah, man. Get out of this April, get into May. Keep things rolling, baby.
That's a fact. Listen, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in with us, man. Shout out to everybody on IG. We got Tanya rocking with us from work. We appreciate you as always. Jeff in the building. Lynn, only Mrs. Lee, SKL, man. We love all y'all. Shout out to everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, and TikTok. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you share tonight's live with a friend. And make sure you share our YouTube channel with everybody. Check out all the episodes we got going on. And once again, man, hopefully this weather stays consistent so we can actually keep the good vibes going outside. Oh, man, I just found out yesterday, and forgive me if I'm late to this, right? We got to get these new New York City garbage bins by next June. Otherwise, they're gonna start giving niggas tickets.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. Nino not playing. Nino said,
Easy.
I gotta go get your trash cans.
And the reasoning was puzzling me, right? The reasoning for these bins is because we're trying to make sure that we don't have the rats and the cats get into the garbage. What happened to the rat czar that he hired? Like, where's that person at?
I just don't know how my existing can with the top doesn't comply.
That's what I'm
I need
saying.
to
I
like if he
understand.
said, hey, your garbages need to have a lid. No lid, you get a fine. I got it. I get you. Okay. I'll get my can of lid. But me just replacing the garbage with this.
Yeah.
What if somebody steals my can?
You know that's gonna happen. You know that's
Day
gonna
one.
happen. Like
And
know
guess
that,
what? And guess who will get the ticket? The nigga that got robbed.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I love what Mrs. Lee said. So these acrobatic rats are kicking over lids and getting into the garbage. So you need our professional New York City bins to combat this. And then the compost. This is my other beef, right? The compost bin versus the regular garbage bin. They want you, and my wife explained this to me last night. If you're eating food and you got like leftover like mashed potatoes and some chicken bones, you can't put that in the regular garbage. No, you got to put that in the compost because why? So you mean like, is there a separate section of the garbage truck where they put the compost versus where they put the regular?
That's what's fucking with me. They putting the compost in the trash in the same back of the truck. Bruh. Let's put the recycles. You see the paper side and the cardboard side. You know what I mean? Like, hey, that's what's up. I mean, plastics go here, cardboard go there. I get it. Keep it separate. Niggas is dumping all that in the same big truck. I'm like, I got it. I got it.
Now here's the kicker, right? Here's the kicker. Now they're saying if we catch you putting these scraps in the regular garbage, we're gonna find you. So you mean to tell me now that you're gonna literally have people sifting through my garbage to see if they like, oh, I see some spaghetti in here. Tag them.
Got them. Throwing garbage in the garbage. Oh, take it.
If anybody knows somebody who works for the sanitation department that can come on here, we will do the whole like. They don't even got to show their camera. We'll change their voice. I got to ask you a question. Are you going to be the one that's going to look at this garbage and be like this, making sure you won't see no scraps and stuff in there? Like, that's crazy.
If you're not getting a garbage violation or an easy pass envelope or a red light ticket in the mail, you don't live out here. You got to get one of those a month. Easy. City need their peace. Somehow, some way. Like a crook.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Taxes ain't enough.
No, we gotta do that. We gotta find a library and start a sexually oriented business.
That's the only way. Need modern speakeasies.
You know what I mean?
Nasty out
there. We're about to protest. We're gonna protest this garbage shit. We'll just put a bunch of
what are restaurants doing? With like real food consumption.
For real.
What about schools? Like kids ain't recycling.
Nope.
They throwing the whole lunch tray in that bitch. I don't know.
Nope. Yeah, man. Like nah, man. We gotta protest. I'm gonna put a bunch of thumbtacks in the garbage.
Like I get a fine for that too. Endangering the city worker. You didn't even want to know what that violation is like. You might call the cops. It was him.
It's garbage. I threw out a bunch of thumbs. Sorry, I didn't want it no more. Like, does that qualify? You know, I put it in the right bin. As long as I put it in the right bin, I shouldn't get in trouble. Now I'm getting in trouble because I threw out a bunch of thumbs. Can't get it right. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for our last
event session, y'all. Sorry about that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's fees, man. It's fees.
Yo, man. Fees everywhere. Fees everywhere, man. All right, love y'all, man. Hopefully we see y'all next Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Because we know as the weather gets nice, people are outside. But
Things
listen,
will be
man, as long
going
as
out.
you got AirPods in the phone, as long as you got AirPods in the phone, you can always tune in, man, and make sure you share this with your people. We appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Good night.
Yes, sir.